Jesus rejects her plea, implying that he was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel when he says, let the children be fed first. The woman says something astonishing. She challenges Jesus. She says, yet, Lord. Yet, Lord. Children can have the crumbs. Yeah, let's feed the children, but even the dogs that are under the table of their master can eat the crumbs from the table. The exchange has intensified. The woman even challenges Jesus. And I'm always amazed sometimes at how easy folk give up. I'm amazed sometimes at how folk can't handle rejection, how some people are wounded so badly by the word no. I'm so amazed sometimes that folk can't stand the thought of rejection, of I don't love you and I don't want you. But in reality, when anybody ever tells you the truth, in actuality, they're doing you a favor. I would rather be hurt with the sting of rejection than for somebody to lie to me and tell me they cared about me and did not care about me. Tell me the truth. Even if it does break my heart, tell me the truth. I'm amazed at how people give up so easily. She says even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs. She's persistent. Even the dogs under the table eat the crumbs. Now, somewhere along the line, and I'm shifting historically now, somewhere along the line, this crumbs under the table mentality somehow saturated into the theology and the teaching of the black pulpit. Somewhere following slavery, during Reconstruction, and during all those years of apartheid in America, somehow we from the pulpit started teaching this notion of it's better to have crumbs than nothing. Somewhere along the way, we started teaching these things like, we used to hear it. I used to hear it in my church when I was a little boy, if you have a shack, be thankful for the shack. Whatever you got, be thankful for what you got. We used to hear these notions of be satisfied with whatever you have. Well, in actuality, it's true. You must be thankful for what you have. You must thank God for any blessing that you have. But you're not supposed to be completely satisfied at that point. You don't have to be satisfied to at the same time be thankful. Now, somebody write that down. You don't have to be satisfied just to appear thankful. You can be thankful. You can ask somebody for $10 and they give you $7. You're thankful for the 7, but what you really wanted was 10. Come on, somebody talk to me. But you're thankful for the 7 that you got, but you're still 3 short. You see what I'm saying? You're still 3 short, so you got to learn. Be thankful for what you have, but still realize your potential and your possibilities. Now, with a misguided theology came from a teaching to us that seemed to suggest to us, be thankful for what you got. I remember a song. We talked about that this morning. I remember a song saying, be thankful for what you got. Well, that's misguided theology. Because the Bible does not say that anywhere for you to be thankful for what you got. Be thankful automatically for anything that God does for you. But don't be thankful for things just because you think that's all you're going to get. Misguided theology has hurt us, and this is something that carried over. It carried over from our people who, if you study our history, you'll see that the idea was, the ideology was that we can't get nothing here on earth. Therefore, we look to heaven, home, and reward. So that meant we looked to death, heaven, home, and reward. So in other words, we waited to die. Now, that's reflected in our songs of our history. If you look, swing low, sweet chariot, coming forth to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming forth to carry me home. Sooner I'll be done with the troubles of the world. Sooner I'll be done. One of these mornings won't be long. You're going to look for me, I'll be gone. I'm going on up to glory to sing and shout. I'm going to shout all over heaven. Our songs all reflected the fact that we don't expect to have nothing in this life on this earth, but that every good thing that could possibly happen to us would happen in the kingdom of heaven. So therefore, we were taught to be satisfied with every little thing that we have. And this is why we're in the shape we're in right now today. Because my Jesus, I don't know what Bible you're reading, but the Lord I serve said in John 10:10, for the thief cometh to steal, kill, and destroy. But I have come that they might have life and have that life more abundantly. Jesus was talking about, not only am I coming to redeem you from your sin, but I'm coming that you might have a life. Now you need to look at somebody and say, what was he talking about? Jesus was talking about the fact that as a child of God, your living ought to reflect the fact that you are a child of God. If you're saying you're a child of God, a child, whoa. If you're a child of Donald Trump, you go act like you're a child of Donald Trump. Now, can somebody relate to that? Well, if you say you're a child of God, your living ought to reflect that you're living like a child of God. That's meaning that you're living with all the potential and possibilities that God offers to you. Every potential and every possibility is there because you're calling yourself a child of God. So there is no glass ceiling over your head. There are no limitations strapping you down and holding you down. If you are a child of God, every possibility can become a probability because of who you say that you are. Throughout our history in America, African Americans have received this brand of theology that at times has been expressed for the purpose of just keeping us down. The residue of this mindset and mentality is still finding its way into our pulpit still in 2009. The notion that we must be satisfied with whatever we get is prima facie evidence of our inability to prosper. We have read the Holy Bible as second-class citizens with a crumb-seeking mentality. We don't believe it says what it says for us. When I look back at my dear grandmother, who you know I've talked about before, was a saint in God, but she had this crumb-seeking mentality. Love her, but grandmama was wrong. She wouldn't receive things because she thought it would be out of favor. I've told you the story of when we brought her up from Greenwood, Mississippi, and we put her in this nice duplex house, and she brought this old Frigidaire. It was like 30 years old at the time, and I'm talking about when I was a little boy. And she had this old refrigerator, and I was so proud I could go to Sears and buy my grandmother a brand new refrigerator with a freezer on top, a big freezer on top of it. And I was waiting on her porch when the Sears truck pulled up in the driveway. I was so proud that I could buy my grandmother a refrigerator, a good refrigerator. And the truck pulled up, and grandmama came out the door. She said, "What are they doing?" I said, "Grandmama, I bought you a brand new freezer, refrigerator with big enough space to make ice and to keep stuff frozen and all of that." And she looked at me and she said, "I don't want that. I don't want that." I said, "Grandmama, that thing you got, it doesn't work half the time. We've changed the engine in it, the motor in it twice." I said, "I'm giving you, don't owe nothing. I don't want it." "But Grandmama, I'm trying." "I don't want it. Mine is fine. That's what the Lord gave me. It's fine." "That's what the Lord gave you." Well, what am I doing? Who do you think empowered me to make enough money to go buy you a brand new refrigerator? What are you talking about? The Lord gave you the old one. You know what it was? It was guilt. She had so conditioned her mind that she couldn't handle the thought of receiving something because she would feel guilty about having it. You heard the story of the man sitting on the roof down in New Orleans when his home was flooding. He's there sitting on his roof. And they came by in a boat and said, "Sir, we've come to rescue you." He said, "I'm waiting on the Lord. The Lord will take care of me." A helicopter came and lowered a rope, and he said, "That's all right. I'm waiting on the Lord. The Lord is coming to save me." Well, he drowned. He ends up in heaven. He said, Lord, why did you forsake me? The Lord said, what do you mean I forsook you? He said, I waited on you. The Lord said, I sent a boat and a helicopter. You got to know. Somebody talk to me this morning. It's that kind of mentality that we've had as a people that has held us back. That's why we don't have much right now. Because we were teaching our children and generations of children, be satisfied.